over Saturday night.
Hold up. Oh, damn. Okay.
On SacktownRadio.com.
What it is, what it does. You know what it is. It's your boy DJ.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, and I'm back once again. Pimps, Players, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League, week number 1, Commissioner Message. Now, I know some of y'all been emailing me, trying to reach out to me on my YouTube channel, leaving comments. Yo, Lump Dog, where'd y'all go, man? I love the Commissioner Messages. You really broke it down. Well, if you're commissioner, all the commissioners out there who have done it for multiple years, this stuff gets to be a grind. It wears on you. All you're doing is giving your league fodder for them to come back and attack you. All your takes, all your mouth breathing, whatever it might be on the video, they're going to come back and they're just going to give them fodder for them to come out and attack you. But guess what? I took a year off. I'm good. I'm brushing them off. I'm just like, yada, I'm here. And I'll talk my shit on video. I won't just do it over text with them little thumbs. Oh, love me with the mouth breathing. You know what? Ain't happening. I'll come right here, look you face to face, call you out direct, let you know. And this ain't fake news. I know I got the cameras here. I got the microphones. This ain't fake news. We're back. Lump Dog's back. I'm in it for 13 commissioner messages. You're going to get them every week. So, with that being said, let's get into the draft. The draft was real crazy, man. We did it again in Vegas. We did a real world suite, though. We ditched the Aria. We had to go down to the Gold Spike because we like the smell of sewage walking into our hotel. That's the only time you can have a good hotel. You know you're in Vegas when you can smell sewage walking in there. But we rented out the real world suite. With a 5,000 square foot suite up there. And we did it big. We held the draft there. It wasn't as set up as nice as I like in the Aria with the 12 person conference room and behind the double pane glass doors. Just a better setup. This is just a big open area. Huge living room, kitchen, had a pool table. It was nice and all, but it just didn't really set up well for the draft. The other thing we had to do this year, probably nobody else had to do, but we had an unexpected passing, and some of the guys couldn't make it out to Vegas on Wednesday. So we actually had to break the draft up into 2 different nights, where Wednesday night, the great goodness of Luke, Team URSO, Unregistered Sex Offenders, blessed us to allow us 3 rounds. He allowed it for only 3 rounds. He was controlling everything. It was 3 rounds. He was only down 4. I tried to get 6. Me as a commish, I have the best of the league in store. So I was trying to get through 6 rounds so we could get everybody that was playing on Thursday night drafted, because these guys weren't coming in. We had 5 guys that couldn't make it out. So they had to come out on Thursday. But I was trying to get after the game had played. So I was trying to get people off the board that had, had been playing. But nope, Luke wasn't having it. 3 rounds is all we got. So going in Wednesday night, which we had 3 rounds. And then Thursday night, after the game had played, we had the last, 12 rounds. So let's just say in the 4th round, let me guess. Who do you think? I'll give you one guess. Who do you think was the number 1 pick? Well, in the 4th round. It was Kareem Hunt. And it's a rookie, too, that got him, though. That just makes me mad. He tried to come up to me in the draft and be like, yo, Lump, I was really looking at Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette there. Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, yeah, bro, we ain't believing it, man. We'll never know. But I guarantee it wasn't going to be Kareem Hunt there at the top of the 4th round with his 40 points. Oh, and then on the way back, who does he take? Tariq Hill. Well, of course. So, you know what? No respect for the rookies. I hope that blows up in his face. No way he was taking those guys if he didn't know what they scored. So, anyway, we also presented our first true three-time championship, his championship jacket. I'm going to show you a few pictures here. What his jacket looked like. It's pretty dope, full mink. Got to give it up to Team Juggernauts. the Fosse for coming through with the jacket because that was dope. He got lots of love on Fremont Street wearing that thing. Man, just dripping, just kind of just dripping in just that championship flavor. It was dope. So everyone in the league was pretty surprised by it. And you know what? You're in the league long enough, you get yourself one too, because it looks like Fosse has just signed himself up for jacket making. So good shit right there. Other than that, draft was pretty normal. We all got drunk and messed up and had a good old time bullshitting. So it was a good draft. Breaking it up into 2 nights was a little awkward. It wasn't, I don't think, in the best interest of the league to do 3 and 12, but it is what it is, and we're making the best of it this year. And you can bet your ass if the Rookies wins it somehow, some way, he's getting a fucking asterisk on the trophy. Oh, speaking of trophy, Pimps, Plays, and Hustlers did go and invest into a championship belt. I was hoping to be able to show it here on the commissioner message, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, the person that we had picked to make the belt kind of not a very good businessman. So we ended up having to ditch him. We're trying to get the deposit back so we can get the real belt, start getting it made so we can have it here hopefully by mid-season. But man, the plan was to have a meat coat and to have the belt for the champ on Fremont Street so he could floss it, but didn't really work out that way. The jacket, to tell you the truth, was quite a bit enough, but if he would have had that belt, it would have been over the top. I mean, people would have thought he was like some real professional wrestler, because our belt in Pimps, Plays, and Hustlers ain't no like little fantasyjocks.com belt that is only $100, or some of these other janky belts that are out there. Man, we're getting a real belt, like a dual plated, stacked plates, nickel, hopefully maybe some sort of Schwarzkopf in there belt. It's going to be dope once we get it. But you know what they say, only good things come to those who wait, right? It's a lumpism. So anyway, let's go ahead, let's get into week 1, and let's check out and see what happened. All right, here we go. Week number 1 in the Pimps, Plays, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League. We had the Flat Earth Conspiracy take out the Juggernauts, 113-95. You can see Flat Earth with the number 1 pick in the draft ended up taking Aaron Rodgers because the Pimps, Plays, and Hustlers, we have some Bush League rules. These guys in the league want to play 1 point every 10 yards passing for the quarterback, so our quarterbacks are like super powerful, and I don't like it. Again, I'm the commish. I kind of like having a little bit more balance where we don't have one player being able to score 60, 70 points, but I got outvoted, and that's just the way it is. So Aaron Rodgers with 36 for him. He had Howard, which you know what? I was a little surprised that he ended up getting double digits, but 52 yards rushing has got to be a little concerning, because if he doesn't get that touchdown, it's only 5 points that he gets, so or 6 points with the 14 yards receiving. But good for him, got 12 points. Delvin Cook, and during the draft, I was he went late, and I was looking at Delvin Cook and Fournette, but I'll get into that later. I went with Fournette, but Delvin Cook looked good too on Monday night, got him 14. Has to deal with the big injury with Allen Robinson. He ended up picking up Galladay this week on the waiver wire, so hopefully that will help him. But as you can see, his receiving core needs some help because he only got a total of 7 points out of them. Travis Kelce, weird that he went so early on him in the draft. I think he went with him in the 5th round. He was the number 1 pick, so it was the end of the 4th, beginning of the 5th, and knowing that he only had scored 4 points. But you know what? I can at least respect that. When he scores low, that means that he was looking for him. Unlike the rookies, which I was talking about earlier. Wait until he scores 4. Oh, he's going to get Kareem Hunt. Yeah, right. Anyway, 0 from Vinatieri. That's got to hurt. But 40 from the Rams. Big score. Our defensive scoring is fucking ridiculous, to tell you the truth. We need to do something to help try to get some more minus points, because 40 points from a defense is crazy. But anyway, the Juggernauts ended up with Dak Prescott with 34. And then that's really about it, other than the Seahawks D. I know he's going to be looking for better games from Cooks and Des Bryant. Has to deal with his own major injury with David Johnson going out. and David Johnson was the third pick in our draft. I'm sure number one in most of yours, but third pick in our draft due to our quarterback scoring, and to lose him on the first week of the that hurts. And if you look at, we'll go down here to the benches here, really doesn't have much in the way to help try to replace him. He did pick up Kerwin Williams in the free agents this week. Hopefully that helps him out. But, it's going to be hard to replace some of the David Johnson stature, going forward. So Flat Earth Conspiracy got the win for week 1. In the next game we have here, we got the Haters taking out Blue Bloods in a low-scoring 71-61 game. Not sure. Haters took Brady on Wednesday night before he knew what he'd score. If he probably knew what he'd score, I'm not sure if he would have taken him. But Brady with the off game, I don't see that happening many more times this season with only 26 points. And then Dan Bailey with 15. Patriots D with 3. That was an odd take when he knew what they had scored, because he took them on the second night. So that led to his only 71 points. But hey, when you can win with only scoring 71 points, those are the wins that'll get you into the playoffs. Because you're supposed to lose those. So if you can win them, big props to you. Blue Bloods. One of the guys that couldn't make it to Thursday night due to unforeseen circumstances, but weird pickup with Brian Hoyer. He thought he was going to slang the ball against Carolina, but he picked up Winston and Evans, but due to that hurricane, had to sit him for week 1, so he picked up Hoyer to try to replace Winston, and didn't work out too well for him with only 13 points. LeGarrette Blount with 10. Not much else to talk about. I can't believe the Vikings with only 5 points on the defensive side there. Seems like they could have gotten a few more sacks with only 1 sack. Seems like they should have gotten more sacks, but Drew Brees is a hard guy to pressure. He can get the ball out quick. Looks like Blue Bloods also probably might be looking for some receiver help. I mean, I guess all he's missing is a couple touchdowns from him. They would have looked nice, but 8, 7, and 4, I'm sure there's better days to come up with them. No major injuries to talk about, as I talked about there, Winston and Evans. So his team probably looks a lot different with those guys in the lineup. So does the Haters with Jay Ajayi. He had to sit him and ended up having to go with Gore and Powell. So, there's someone to target there, guys, if you have a running back to deal, because the Haters is going to be hurting for running backs. I mean, I know Jay Ajayi could be a good anchor for him, but other than that, number 2 running back is what this guy needs. So, but he got the win, so good for him. Off to a good start, 1-0. Blue Bloods 0-1. Next game we have here, we got Patty's Playboys. You guys might have heard. I know some of you guys that have been following me for the last few years knew Patty Playboys used to be in Pimps, Players, and Hustlers, PPH, but he got voted out because of his bad attitude and pretty much putting himself up for vote is what he actually did. So didn't have the votes, but he's back this year. We went out. We needed a new owner. Back Patty Whack, and you get the win, 120-105 over 289ers. Big pick with Derek Carr in the second round with 38 points. Took him in the second round. He was the 5th quarterback off the board. So that was a good pick for him there with 38 points. Not much else other than he took Amendola with 11, and then the Steelers D with 29, and then his kicker with 14, Lutz. But as you can see, everyone, all you need really in this to get a 120 score, which should get you a few wins here, is a good defensive score, good quarterback score, and a kicker, and everyone else kind of just fills in there. But good for him. He got that over 289ers. Breeze with 35 for the 289ers, 21 from Stephon Diggs. Good late round pick there for the 289ers because he's looking real good. 12 from Matt Bryant. That stolen for me. He had stolen Matt Bryant from me, and then because I was taking him that same round. And then the Cardinals D with 11. Other than that, the benches, they look pretty good, or don't look so good, other than Roethlisberger with 35 on Patty's Playboys. So none of them have really any trade bait there on the that have come to pass yet, at least on their benches. So Patty's Playboy 1-0, 289ers 0-1, and we go to the next game. And the next game, we got the basket of deplorables of 129, losing to the rookie 136. Now, I'm going to go over the rookies here. The rookies, he needs to learn. The rookies, I'm going to teach you something about the IR first. You got Kevin White, okay, bro, who's been on the IR, okay? You have an IR bench spot. What you do is you move Kevin White to your IR bench spot if you want to hold on to him. And then you go out to the free agent and you pick somebody up. I don't care who it is, just pick somebody up, put $5 more in the pot this week, and there you go. That's how you work. This ain't PPH Light. I know the rookies came from PPH Light, an old school. I kind of build them up. We had like a farm league that would try to like groom these guys to make sure they were ready to step into the big leagues in PPH. Comes from PPH Light. That's not how we do it out here in PPH. We put guys on our IR, we go out to the free agent market, and we pick somebody up. So you've been taught, son. The other thing, rookie, again, it just annoys me with Kareem Hunt with 40 after you knew what he scored. 21 from Tyreek Hill after you knew what he scored. It was a little, upsetting. Not upsetting, but it was just BS. Just garbage once you pick those guys and you knew what he scored. But it is what it is. He got the win, 136. Those two guys, obviously, with 61 points between them, big portion of his win. Russell Wilson with only 16, he didn't do as well. He actually made a trade this week with the Cock Merchants. He ended up trading Russell Wilson for Stafford and Zay Jones. So we'll see how that plays out for him. I like it for him. I like Stafford more than Wilson, especially after week 1. But it is what it is, and hopefully that it works out for him. Broncos D with 14. The other thing the rookies did this week, too, is he was talking about it during the draft. He took the Broncos in the 7th round, and everyone was like, what? The 7th round? What are you doing, rookie? And he's like, I just need to have a good defense. I lose my defense so much, I just need to have a good defense and get it out of the way. So he takes the Broncos D, and then what does he do this week? Picks up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, and he's playing them over the Broncos. I guess Dallas it just scares him too much, or I don't know. Maybe the rookie's just all about the D's or something. But I don't know why he wasted a 7th round pick if he's just going to start picking up free agent defenses. The basket of deplorables, you can see he took Alex Smith after he knew what he scored, but this was kind of funny. I was by basket of deplorables during the draft, and I turned to him. I was like, really? You're going to take Alex Smith? You're going to waste a 4th round pick on Alex Smith? And he's all, hey, man, the rookies took, I'm playing the rookies. He took Hunt and Hill. I need points to keep up with them. So I get it. I get it. I mean, that's some of the problems that you run into when you draft on the second night after the first game and you know the score. But Alex Smith kept him in his game, but he couldn't muster up enough points to get the win. He got 13 from Stewart, 15 from Gurley, 11 from his kicker, and then 17 from the Bills D. Mike Willis with the big goose egg really hurt him. He could have had the win if he would have had a better receiver in that spot, but he didn't. So he got the loss. Rookies 136 over, basket of deplorables 129, and then we'll go on to the next game here. Okay, we're going to go into the next game here. And our weekly winner, URSO, taking out Papa's Brew 140-104. Mariota with 33. Gillisley with 22. Again, he drafted him after he knew what he was going to pick. He picked him in like the 5th round. Ain't nobody was going to pick Gillisley in the 5th round. So, I was going to pick him in the 5th round. Someone was going to have to take the LeGarrette Blount role. I knew he was going to score touchdowns. Shy. Yeah, right. No one believes that anybody would have picked Gillisley that early if they didn't already know he scored 3 touchdowns. He only got 45 yards rushing. So, whatever. He got the 22 points. It ended up getting him the weekly, so good for him. 13 from Nelson, 19 from Antonio Brown, and 11 from Coleman. Every one of his receivers came through for him. Big reason why he won the weekly. 11 from his kicker, who he's now dropped and went and picked up Trevecchio from the Raiders. And then ended up the Panthers. Good pickup there in week 1 against the Niners and scoring 26 points. Papa's Brew, man. I have to hand it to him, man. He did a pretty good job drafting. I go down and I look at his team. he's going to have some big weeks. I have a feeling that Papa's Brew is going to be in the playoff hunt here and going to be winning a couple weeklies. Matt Ryan with 39, Ty Montgomery with 14, Melvin Gordon with 13, or Montgomery with 14, Gordon with 13, and then Cooper with 12, Forbath with 10, the Chiefs D with only 6. I'm sure he'll give some better scores there, but T.Y. Hilton, Martavis Bryant, I'm sure will have better games up in front. And if you go down here and look at his bench, I mean, he could have put Thielen in. He's a good guy to have there on your bench and a guy you can plug in there. But he also has Doug Martin, man. When Doug Martin gets back, he's going to have a pretty good, solid 3 running backs right now as it looks. So, Papa's Brew, he's got some pieces to work with, and he could easily improve. And, like I said, he's got a pretty solid team there. He's going to hold on to Janikowski. He's hoping he gets back. And I don't know if any kicker's worth holding on to, but that's Papa's Brew for you. Good shit. And then in the last game we have here, Mr. Sweet Spot getting the filthy, nasty, disgusting, downright dirty 67-66 1-point win over our reigning champ, the Cock Merchants. That road to 4 is filled with a road bump, at least a speed bump, because, that was ugly. As you can see, my team just shit the bed. Other than Rivers, that's the only, my saving grace. Rivers scored 1 more point than I needed, so thank goodness for that. Bell, disappointment. Freeman, even with 9 points, I was pretty disappointed in his performance. I got cute on Sunday morning when Robbie Anderson over Golden Tate. I had read Golden Tate was going to be by Patrick Peterson, so I got cute when Robbie Anderson thought they would be down big and be throwing it to come back. Didn't work out for me, as we'll see here when I go down to my bench to show you that Tate scored double digits. Baldwin with only 6, I'm a little happy with Garcon with 81, but he needs a touchdown. Hunter Henry, what happened to you on Monday night? You suck. I'm going to hold on to him for 1 more week, give him 1 more shot, but I did pick up another tight end, Clay, this week to give me some sort of depth, because I can't be doing no targets. Yeah, bro, I can't be dealing with that. I'll give you 2 games, but after that, if you ain't doing nothing, bye-bye. And then I thought I had a thing with Gold. I thought they could get into field goal range and be kicking a lot of field goals. I was wrong. They only got 1. And the Texans D, who saw that coming from the Jaguars? If the damn Tom Savage could hold on to the ball and stop fumbling and let him return for touchdowns, they could have got some points, but hey, didn't need him, so got that 1-point win. Cock Merchants went with his big quarterback, Cousins. He also made that trade, like I said, with the rookies earlier. He went ahead and picked up Russell Wilson, so he's looking for some quarterback here. I guess Kirk Cousins, and he ain't sold on him. Ezekiel Elliott, took him in the 2nd round. He was 7th pick in the 1st, so was it the 5th in the 2nd? I remember him sitting there debating whether to take Ezekiel or passing on him. And, he turned to me and was all, man, if I pass on him, are you going to take him? I was all, oh, hell yeah. If I could hook up Bell and Ezekiel, hell yeah, I'm going to take that. I'll take the chance of that 6-game suspension. And this was on Wednesday night, not Thursday, so we didn't know at the time. And, anyway, he ended up going Ezekiel, paid off for him with 14 points, and now he's not going to get suspended. So good pick there for not passing him up. Because look at me, he got Julio and Ezekiel, and those are 2 first-rounders. Really, so he got 2 first-rounders in his lineup. Nothing else really happened for him. Graham with 0. What really killed him, though, was Crowder with 2.
I know we have the issue with players that turn punts. I don't know why the NFL can't make it so if your guy is returning the punt and he fumbles, why that fumble can't be scored to the special team. Why does that fumble need to go to that individual player? Because if that individual player on the punt return returns it for the touchdown, then it's the special teams defense that gets the 6 points. I guess we can make it so the individual player gets the 6 points as well, but you know what? It's a screwed up situation. I tried to ask CBS Sports multiple times over multiple years how we can get that fixed,
And they keep telling me it's the way the NFL scores it, the way that the data is sent. Special teams gets that -3. So, hey, if anyone out there, any one of our followers, anyone out there who watches these commish messages knows that a way that can be fixed or knows a site that will score it like that, let us know, because we might just end up leaving CBS over this issue, because this cost our reigning champ a loss. As you can see, -2, hurt him, and that fumble came on special teams. But we discussed it in the rules meeting. Everyone knew going into this year that's the way it was going to be. So it is what it is. Those are the rules we're playing under. He got the loss. Starting off 0-1 as the reigning champ. I'm starting off 1-0, and that's the way it is. We go look at the benches. Stafford with 51. He traded him for Russell Wilson. I had Cup and Tate. I could have put, either one of those would have been better than Robbie Anderson. And then Leonard Fournette. Who's going to start Leonard Fournette week 1 over Devontae Freeman and Bell? Nobody, right? So not much I could have done about that, and that's the way it is. So that's week 1 of the Pimps, Players, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League. There you go. There's the Pimps, Players, and Hustlers Fantasy Football League, week number 1. It's not fake news. Lump Dog's back. Pimps, Players, and Hustlers, we're back for a 17th season. So go ask somebody. Not fake news. Anyway, good luck to everybody out there in week 2, and I'll catch you later. Peace.
DJ Twomp. Party all night and we duck the morning. This vampire life, nigga, fuck the morning.